Mary Magdalene remains one of the most intriguing figures in the history of Christianity. Her name echoes through the centuries, often shrouded in mystery and misconception. Was she a reformed sinner, a devoted follower of Jesus, or perhaps something more? The Gospels offer glimpses into her life, but her story, like so many women of the ancient world, has often been overshadowed and misinterpreted. This essay seeks to shed light on the enigmatic figure of Mary Magdalene, exploring her portrayal in the Bible and examining the historical evidence surrounding her life. By separating fact from fiction, we can begin to understand the profound impact she had on early Christianity and appreciate her enduring legacy in the 21st century. Through careful analysis of the scriptures and consideration of historical context, we can move beyond the myths and appreciate Mary Magdalene for the courageous and faithful disciple she truly was. Her story is a testament to the power of faith, the importance of women in early Christianity, and the enduring search for truth. The Gospels, particularly the Synoptic Gospels, Matthew, Mark, and Luke, provide the primary source of information about Mary Magdalene. She is first mentioned in Luke chapter 8, verse 2, where she's identified as one of the women who traveled with Jesus and his disciples. Significantly, the text states that Jesus had cast 7 demons out of her, but it offers no further explanation or elaboration on this point. Mary Magdalene's presence is most prominent during the events surrounding Jesus' crucifixion and resurrection. All 4 Gospels mention her as being present at the crucifixion, standing faithfully by Jesus even as his male disciples fled in fear. It is Mary Magdalene, along with other women, who discovers the empty tomb on Easter morning. In John's Gospel, Mary Magdalene is the first person to see the risen Christ. He appears to her in the garden near the tomb, and at first she mistakes him for the gardener. When he calls her name Mary, she recognizes him and runs to embrace him. Jesus, however, instructs her not to touch him, but to go and tell the disciples that he has risen. Over the centuries, Mary Magdalene has been subject to numerous interpretations and misinterpretations. Perhaps the most pervasive myth is that she was a prostitute before becoming a follower of Jesus. This idea, however, is not supported by any biblical text. The association likely stems from a conflation of Mary Magdalene with an unnamed sinful woman who anoints Jesus' feet in Luke chapter 7, verses 36 to 50. Another common misconception is that Mary Magdalene was a repentant sinner who became a recluse after the crucifixion. While the Gospels do portray her as devoted to Jesus, there is no evidence to suggest she lived as a hermit. On the contrary, the Gospels consistently depict her as an active participant in Jesus' ministry, even after his death. It is important to note that these mischaracterizations often reflect broader cultural biases and assumptions about women in positions of religious authority. By stripping Mary Magdalene of her agency and reducing her to a collection of stereotypes, these interpretations diminish the significance of her role as a disciple and witness. Despite centuries of misrepresentation, Mary Magdalene's story continues to resonate with people of faith and beyond. Her unwavering devotion to Jesus, her courage in the face of persecution, and her role as the first witness to the resurrection have cemented her place as a pivotal figure in Christian history. In recent decades, there has been renewed interest in Mary Magdalene and a re-evaluation of her portrayal in the Bible and throughout Christian history. Scholars, theologians, and artists are exploring her story with fresh eyes, seeking to understand her significance within the context of first-century Palestine and beyond. Mary Magdalene's legacy is complex and multifaceted. She's a symbol of devotion, forgiveness, and the power of faith. Her story reminds us that the truth can be obscured by time and tradition, but with careful examination and open hearts, we can uncover the hidden depths of history and rediscover the inspiring lives of those